Hey, welcome. Thanks for tuning in again for another RefToons live draw stream. I'm streaming on YouTube and Facebook tonight, so you can message me in the chats on either one of those platforms. And as you can see from the question at the start of the broadcast, I'd like to talk about old dead guys, old dead theologians specifically, and why should we read the old dead guys? I don't have any like pre-planned thoughts. I just thought I thought that could be the topic for tonight. Yeah, because I don't know. I found this old Lego set of mine in this drawer over here, and I was thinking how satisfying it is to find a classic Lego set with just very simple pieces fitting together nicely. And I was just thinking, what a coincidence to find this old Lego set when I want to talk about old dead guys. Not that this is an old dead guy, but it just reminds me of just the classics. And I'm gonna get into drawing the John Calvin comic, and while I draw, we can discuss. So if you have any thoughts on that, why should we read the old dead guys? Just throw that up don't throw up in the comments. Just put that in the comments or in the chat, and we can discuss. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. So let's get to it. So I have to actually open up my file here. So the old dead guys, I think we can learn a lot from dead guys. Of course, you're going to run into situations where you find an old dead guy and he's not as sound as some of the other guys. You're going to have that in any era of theology. Oh, and I forgot to say hello. No sound. Again, thank you, Lorna. Let me turn the music down. Sorry about that. I had no sound on Facebook. I had sound on YouTube, so if you want to check the recorded YouTube live stream later on, you can find out what I said earlier. Happy Sunday. Oh, you must be way ahead of me. Oh, thank you, Lorna. She sent some stars for me on Facebook. Thank you. Appreciate it. David, happy Sunday. Happy Saturday evening here in Wisconsin. Can you tell? Sorry, I just need the rear windows here so I can make sure I know what's going on. There we go. All right. So Calvin, he's one of these old dead guys that I'm talking about. And now when I say old dead guys, I'm specifically talking about a certain group of old guys. That would be the Protestant reformers. Well, some of the Protestant reformers, I guess I should specify. Don't read all old dead guys like Charles Darwin and such. Time zones, man. Australian Sunday afternoon. Oh, man. Sounds nice. Yeah, so I'm talking about specifically guys like Calvin, Luther, Spurgeon, J. Thomas Watson, John Owen, Puritans, the Reformers, the Reformed preachers of the past. Those are my cup of tea when it comes to old dead guys. And I think they're important because they communicate. Well, so the Puritans especially are really good at beating a dead horse and continuing to beat it. In a sense that they will take a section of scripture or a topic in scripture and look at it from every single angle that you can even think of and exposit each doctrine with such skill and wording that you don't really find in a lot of modern books, modern thinkers, modern theologians, because everybody is borrowing from these old dead guys. So why not go straight to the source? I think I heard someone say that once. I don't know who did it, but that's not original to me. I've heard people say that, and I completely agree with it. Go to the source, man. And I would point you. Well, that's the whole reason RefToons exists, is to point you to these old dead guys who point you to Christ. It's like that quote from Tom Askell that I illustrated. Point to these old dead guys. He didn't say old dead guys, I don't think. But we point to these old theologians as they point us to Christ, as they point us to Scripture, as they exposit the Word, we'll point to them. And I just think there's a lot of wisdom to be had. Scottish Covenanters, I don't know. Would that be like John Knox? Is that what you're talking about? So a lot of these terms, Covenanters, is not a very familiar one for me. I've heard it. I've just never heard it explained. See, I'm in a learning process. Oh, pardon me. But see, I have this book, All Things for Good. This is actually, this is Thomas Watson. And let's see, hold on. I'm gonna get a different view here. I feel like I'm talking away from you guys. So I'm just gonna switch this up real quick. Live editing of the video projection software. Let me just open this. I have a bookmark in here from the Pilgrim's Coffer. You should go check them out. They have some awesome stuff. He takes artwork from like all the old books and repurposes them as like t-shirt designs and decals and stuff. Here's Thomas Watson in All Things for Good, originally titled A Divine Cordial. There's a little historical tidbit for you. God knows whether we may be called forth to be witnesses to his truth. Therefore, it concerns us to be well grounded and confirmed in it. If we are doubting Christians, we shall be wavering Christians. Oh, that's so true and so good, so insightful. And see, like they'll take a concept, like for this one, a divine cordial. Let's see here. We know that all things work together for good to them that love God. Not a word, but is weighty, therefore shall gather up every filing of this gold that nothing be lost. Okay, so he's expositing this, the certainty of the privilege. So let's see here. The certainty of the privilege, we know. The excellency of the privilege, all things work together for good. Okay, so he goes through and he just kind of breaks this down. Breaks down both of these phrases into different points. And then he moves on to just more explaining. And it's just so good. So good for explaining what Scripture is saying. And did I tell you I appreciate the old dead guys? Here's another quote. Several poisonous ingredients put together, being tempered by the skill of the apothecary, make a sovereign medicine, and work together for the good of the patient. So all God's providences, being divinely tempered and sanctified, work together for the best to the saints. You can just open this up and find gems, little gems of awesomeness. Here comes Steph. What's wrong?
Nothing.
Oh. Yeah, you might be on video.
Come through the window?
Just kidding. You're not. Don't worry. Hey, but you don't have to sit in your little corner.
The little chair?
Yeah. You're not.
I get an actual chair this time.
Nobody puts Stephanie in a corner. Here's another one. As the hard frosts in winter bring on the flowers in the spring, and as the night ushers in the morning star, so the evils of affliction produce much good to those that love God. We're talking about why read the old dead guys.
Oh.
To that you say,
why don't
not?
you?
I was going to say.
You know what I like about the old dead guys?
What do you like? You tell me.
They're dead.
Tell us.
No.
They're dead.
No, I do. No, I like going way back. I did that. I feel like their works are much more thought out. And
yeah.
I don't know, you have some books that are just pushed out by publishers today, and it's it's pushed out. Let's get this. And then it's like, oh, well, maybe, I don't know. There's not, I don't know. It's a little harder to read the old guys because you're talking Old English and whatever it was translated into. But, I'm going through Augustine's Confessions. And it's a tough read. But every single phrase is so well thought and glorifying to God. That's different. I mean, that's his, I suppose, a story of his life.
Right.
I don't know. A lot of the books that we have nowadays are just seem to be, I don't know, you have people that play off of the originals anyway, and we get thoughts that we can write into new books based on the things that you read of these guys anyway, so I guess.
Right. So just go to the original source.
I don't know.
That's it.
I like to. Not that it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing to read contemporary, but I do think, you have things like, my sister and I were talking about this the other day, you have things that you learn about certain theologians or whatever that kind of devalue your desire to read them because of maybe extra relationships that they were involved in, or just poor life decisions. That makes you wonder, okay, is anything that they said okay?
Right.
So I don't know, which you should. Whether they show that lifestyle comes out or not, I think you need to be Berean anyway. You don't just say, oh yeah, I don't know. But knowing that these guys died faithful is a bit of a help there.
Yeah, that is helpful. I mentioned earlier that a lot of them, like Thomas Watson and John Owen, they're really good at beating a dead horse.
Yeah, that's
and continuing to beat it.
That's Jeremiah Burroughs. That's Burroughs.
But it's so good. They beat it from every angle. Make sure it gets a really good beating.
I get it. That's yeah.
They're just harping on the same concepts, but from different angles, and it's so good and so wonderful. Oh, David is explaining. Yeah, Knox and Scottish Covenanters, 16th century. They stood against the oppressive pro-Catholic English government. Very dark and bloody part of Reformed history, but very faithful part. Yes.
That's it. That is kind of interesting to me too, because you have, we are living in a very different world than these people.
Right.
Or they were living in a very dark, bloody part of the. Not that makes now any different. There's things that we fight now, or fight. Maybe not fight may not be the right word. Interesting. But yeah, I've enjoyed Jeremiah Burroughs. What am I reading? Rare Jewel of Christian Contentment. I do think that there is such a thing as too many words. And it gets a little hard to pay attention.
Yeah, that one I had a hard time reading through, the Rare Jewel of Christian Contentment. But I didn't finish it, and I'd like to finish it. But
when I'm done.
When you're done. What I read, what I remember reading, it was pretty good.
Yeah, what did I read to you just yesterday? It was so nice. Something about how those who are not. Okay, I'm going to get it wrong, but I'm going to say it anyway because maybe it'll make sense. Or not. You correct me if I'm wrong. Speaking of the mysteries of Christian contentment, when barrel of what alcohol? What did he call it?
Oh, something about like a container. He said some word that meant container, and he was referring to a barrel, like a wooden barrel that you would age alcohol in, like whiskey or whatever, or wine or whatever.
Something, yeah. And when it's empty, it will speak loud. You'll hear that sound loudly when you beat on it.
Yeah.
But if it's full, you beat on it and you're not going to hear the complaining. So it was with grace. When there's grace in your heart, you're not going to be vocal about your complaints. You're going to be content. Whereas if your barrel is empty, it's going to be...
If you're not filled with scripture or thoughts of glorifying God, then you're going to be a complainer, is basically what he was saying. Yeah, it's saying when storms come or when trials come, you're going to complain. But when referring to beating on the barrel and making a loud noise.
This is why.
Whereas when it's filled with, when you're filled with scripture and filled with thoughts that glorify God, you're gonna when the storms come and hard times hit and come beating on you, it's not gonna make that loud noise. You're not gonna complain. You're gonna, because you're filled.
Right.
Lorna says, I see that all now. There's a spiritual battle right now. Yes. Battle of ideas.
I have to ask, what is that on his head?
He's taking off his helmet. See?
Oh, his beard is curled in there. That's very funny to me. That could be problematic.
Yeah. You can see.
Oh, is Donovan leaving you with his little Lego trinkets?
Those are mine.
Oh, well.
I found it in my drawer when I was looking for a what's it called? Bookmark. And I thought, oh, how appropriate. How apropos. Sorry.
I've never understood
that
why people can't finish the word.
apropos. I don't know. Maybe it's Greek or Latin. I don't know. I had never heard that word before.
Oh, that's what I heard jiggling around.
That came right out of that little thing.
That's like magic.
That's awesome.
Can anybody
That'll never
else
happen
see
again.
Oh.
I have there's a little slot right here, and this little piece came right out of it, and I said that will never happen again, and whoop, where's the camera? It did. So that was funny to us.
Is it supposed to be in there? Oh, it's made for it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's his special like delivery capsule. He's delivering it to someone. Don't you know?
Interesting. So
that is interesting. Do you know what that guy's called?
Spaceman?
No.
How many times do you want me to guess?
He's a Blacktron.
Okay. Well, I can see it. He's got the B right on his chest.
Yeah. Just so you don't forget.
Right. Very helpful. Way to go, Lego.
But I don't know. I found that in my drawer, and I thought it was appropriate to find a classic Lego set. And I was going to talk about the classics of old dead guys.
Because of what? Because of Legos?
No. I just found it in my drawer as I was looking for a bookmark, and I thought, oh.
Old dead guys.
This is an old set. And I'm going to be talking about old dead guys.
Oh, okay. So it's the theme.
It made sense. It made sense in my head.
Okay. That's okay.
And
doesn't have to make sense.
And I went with it.
That's okay.
Just like I went with those clear glasses.
Well, there are some times.
I was just like, I'm just gonna make a decision. These ones.
You want to show them again?
I didn't even try them on.
You didn't try them on?
I did try them on. I put them on and I took them off. I was like, let's do these ones instead.
Do you know that those were the ones I got?
No, I realized afterwards. I'm just gonna wear these. Whoa.
Wait, look at me. Look at me. Yeah, I could get used to it. I just have to not see myself in your face.
That's kind of hard because we kind of look alike.
I think we do.
It was either those ones or this exact same pair, which is fragile.
Oh, so if I said...
Oh, I don't like the way that I drew that. I have to redo that.
If I ever think that I'm ugly, I better not say anything then.
That means you think I'm ugly.
No, I don't think you're ugly. But I am getting nervous.
You're dropping everything.
Oh.
That's all the tax stuff.
That's kind of important.
Yeah.
Would you want me to go around calling myself beautiful? To make you feel better?
No, that's all right, Steph. Lorna says he looks like a spaceman. Yes, in this instance, he is a spaceman.
Oh.
He's floating in space. He's Space Calvin with a tulip on his chest.
I thought she was talking about you.
Oh.
You look like a spaceman.
Oh. Maybe she was. Space cat. He has a space cat too. I had to put a cat in here. Just because cats are funny.
Wait, a cat around his neck like in the other pictures?
No. The cat for his next fur coat.
You know what really, really creeps me out?
Clowns?
No, it's having your windows open at nighttime.
Oh, yeah. I love it.
You like that eerie feeling?
I do.
Somebody's watching you. And it's not me. I did walk by the window out there in the living room, or the kitchen.
Yeah.
That's a very different place.
The kitchen? You've never been there
than
before?
the living room.
That's why you don't spend much time in the kitchen, do you? Just kidding.
Down and make me some pizza.
Okay, she wasn't talking about me. Thank you.
Yeah, I thought I saw a head in the window. That creeped me out.
Was it yours?
It probably was. I didn't stop to look.
I've done that before. I look over at the window and my reflection is there, and I go, "Huh! Intruder!"
Oh yeah, because we have the two windows that don't have curtains on. I just walk extra quick past them. I think the kids might too. We would go up north with my cousins to visit or whatever, and they had a window at the very bottom of their stairs to the playroom. But back then, I mean, in the woods and whatever, you'd be playing boogeyman and stuff. But boy, when I was about 8 years old, no more real than the boogeyman. And we ran up those steps. You never wanted to be in the back of the
He's gonna get me.
There were 6 of us that had to get upstairs as fast as possible with the lights off. And I've loved being scared ever since.
No, scare your children.
I do. That's true. That is very true. And maybe very wrong.
Tomato, tomato.
Yeah, you know, well.
Oh, thank you, Lorna. Send some stars. Appreciate it. That's a Facebook thing. They don't get to do that on YouTube.
Is that an Instagram thing too?
Yeah, because Instagram is owned by Facebook. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That'd be nice if they implemented something where when you go live on Facebook, you also go live on Instagram.
I wonder why that has not taken place.
I don't know, because I can, from the business suite, I can post to Instagram and Facebook at the same time.
How tall would you have to be?
To go live on Instagram?
No. To see in through this window. It's really creeping me out.
I don't know. Why don't you ask that guy?
You'd have to be Dutch.
You'd have to be Dutch. Yes. How tall would you have to be to see through that window? Dutch.
Just saying, they're very tall.
You get that song stuck in my head. Somebody's watching me.
Maybe it's in there for a reason.
I didn't get that.
Didn't get what?
It's in there for a reason. Until I just thought about it and it was like, oh, because some might be watching me.
That's okay.
That doesn't seem right. I'd be too tall in that case. You must be really tall.
You're talking to some very short people, so anything to us
Yes,
is tall.
anything to us is tall.
I like to say I'm 5'4", but I don't think that's true.
We're in our fives.
Our lower fives. Well, actually, Paul, if you were 5'5", you could round up based on what we're learning in math, because of 5 to 9.
Oh, what just happened? I lost everything. There it is.
Of course, then you'd be, lying. Oh, she's 6'1". That's pretty cool. Paul's 5'5".
Yes, I'm 5'5".
I'm shorter than that.
By an inch. Not much.
Yeah, it might be.
You're 5'4".
Um,
Our son is getting tall. He's taller than both of us.
he might be 5'6".
And he's 13. So what is your favorite hymn or worship song? Did you hear that?
Don't know. What? Don't do that. I was singing one the other day. So I made an accidental with the situation. I told somebody that I would play piano for church, and I can't do it because I'm not good. So that was an oops. But I thought if I practiced and stuff. But when we sing hymns as a family, I don't do it with the piano because I can't sing and play at the same time. I can play I think I can play okay enough on my own, but I don't play for the family because I can't sing along. And
so we don't let her play.
So I never realized that once they started singing along, my fingers wouldn't work. I couldn't play the piano. It was nuts. It was absolutely crazy. So anyway, that story's done. But favorite song I was playing the other day trying to practice with people, my children, singing. And
should I turn the camera to you?
No.
She hates the camera. Sorry.
What song was I singing? What were we singing? It was just so good. I can go get it, but I'm not going outside. I know, our hymns are in the other room.
It was that one.
It was that one.
Mm-hmm. He will hold me fast? No. Something like that, though.
Yeah, but it wasn't
that. Oh, I Need You? That one?
I need you, I know.
Well, it was something.
No, that's not one.
You two would be standing to my hip. Just call us hobbits.
Yeah, well, you have the hairy feet, though.
Oh, David is 6'1" also.
Hey. We all right. We are in over our heads.
We are surrounded by ents.
Well. That's cool. So wait, you didn't answer that.
Favorite worship song, hymn or worship song? I like "And Can It Be" by Charles Wesley. That is a good one. You're stuck. You have to go through the outside.
That's not gonna happen.
No, you have to push it from the middle.
I thought that was. I'm not tall enough.
She's not tall enough to push the window. We get into this room from a window in our stairwell. And we have to drop down onto the floor. It's about...
Once I get through, you can show a picture.
It's about 4.5 feet, probably. There's the window we have to get into. And you have to kind of push it from the center in order to get it to push it to slide open, because otherwise the bottom it'll just like warp, and it'll only push the bottom in. I rose, went forth, and followed thee. Nice. Yes. What is your favorite, David and Lorna? Favorite hymn or worship song?
Christ the sure and steady anchor.
Oh, Christ the sure and steady anchor. That's the one that we were singing the other day.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yes. I like the hymns because you can have to think about them.
Yeah.
And some of the words, I don't know, I like having things that need the explanation because it allows me to think through what does it mean. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you read these ones? The rose went forth and followed.
Yeah, I read that.
Oh, okay, and then what is that thing covering those words?
I went to YouTube.
Okay.
When
What is that?
When my feet may fail. That's a jump to bottom.
Oh, so it's
like
always going to cover.
So if I'm up here,
bottom.
I can
Okay.
do. It doesn't even jump to the bottom. It doesn't work. When my feet may fail. Is that the name of a song? Don't recognize that one.
Well, so is it when my faith will fail? When I fear my faith, Christ will hold me fast? Or no?
She's hip. Oh wait, BRB. Gotta get the name of the singer. You all should check out. She's hip.
Oh.
Thought she was making a short joke again. Like she's up to your hip.
Oh.
I know.
No, we would be.
Yes.
What?
Don't listen to me. I don't make any sense. You should know that from my Lego thing.
What time is it?
Time to get a watch.
I know. I took mine. Oh, you.
Mine's charged.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't it funny? Watches from however many years ago would last for like a couple of years without a new battery, and these ones you have to charge every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Technology. You think we'd be there by now?
But I still love technology. Not as much as you see.
Is that the sunshine?
Yeah, it's hiding.
Or playing peekaboo?
Isaiah declares that even the moon will be dismayed and the sun ashamed when the Lord Almighty reigns.
Oh,
with great glory.
Good stuff. That's good.
Always and forever. Yes. Thank you for that, image bearer. I have to watch that again. we tried watching Napoleon Dynamite with our kids, and they're like, "What is this? Is this supposed to be funny? Why are they doing that?"
Probably because they put tater tots in their pockets and they don't think anything of it. I don't even know if they know what a tater tot is, actually.
Give me some tots.
Do they?
I don't know.
Now I have great concern.
I don't know.
I like what Bailey did with her keychain today.
What did she do?
Put it on her pants loop thing. Belt loop. Because she doesn't have keys.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I've watched that movie way too many times.
Me too. Oh,
May
man.
I ask?
When was that? That was...
How old you were.
When did that come out? When we were in high school?
I don't know.
Or was... No.
I wonder if...
I think it was after senior year.
Do you think it's something that just
When
our
did it come out?
age group will find funny?
I'm just
Ever,
gonna look it
and
up real
that's
quick.
it?
Probably.
Or is it a classic? I mean, because when we watched Surf Ninjas as a kid, like nobody knows.
2004. Okay, it was after high school. We
Ooh.
graduated in 2002, so that was
I knew
the
you.
year before we got married.
I knew you.
Yes.
I would have been dating you in 2004, and I would have hated that movie unless I watched it with somebody but I watched it with somebody who laughed. So then, it was funny.
Yeah. I watched
Maybe
it
you
with.
need to laugh harder with the
I watched
kids.
it with my friend, who is now my brother-in-law.
Yeah, that's right.
Ben. Oh, we have more comments. I didn't even see them. Oh, be thou my vision. My blind grandfather sang so faithfully. He taught me and took us to church. Taught me and took us to church. Sorry, I kind of trailed off. Oh, Lorna says, I don't know. I've never heard this song. But if it were a Christian song by Becca Shea, that would be her favorite.
I have a Becca Shea.
You do have a Becca Shea album.
From way back in the day. I mean, that.
Surf Ninjas, wait.
Oh.
Did you say something?
Yes, I did.
About Surf Ninjas?
Yes. Well, I was just wondering if...
Money Can't Buy Knives. Oh my goodness, that's one of our favorite movies of all time.
Well,
Surf
I mean,
Ninjas.
you could speak for yourself.
Well, okay.
It's
a family favorite.
Yeah.
And it's a favorite of mine. I used to try to be Ernie Reyes Jr. when I was a kid. I got the Chuck Taylors and.
When you were a kid.
Yeah, and I always wanted
Chill.
What were those called? They were called beach pants or something like that.
Oh, the poofy
poofy pants and stuff. I always wanted those when I was a kid so that I could be like Ernie Reyes Jr. And be a surf ninja in Wisconsin.
I will. We've got one Great Lake. Well, two.
All right. Have a good night, Image Bearer, over on YouTube. The YouTubes. You should. Whoops. I accidentally clicked on that. Sorry. No, it's not. You should get your lady to look up that song now on her phone.
I love that I'm your lady.
Hey, lady.
What's up?
What was that? Say what? We don't need no thugs. Unless those thugs.
Wait, I don't think I finished.
Hugs.
Did I finish? Why I brought up Surf Ninjas?
No, you didn't. I was so
distracted.
distracted.
This is a question that I have here. I was just wondering, so like you mentioned that now, and not very many people, unless they're perhaps our exact age, would know what we're talking about.
Right.
Is that the same thing with
Old Dead Guys?
No, well, you got me thinking.
Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
No, what about what did you say? It was the guy with the tater tots.
Napoleon Dynamite.
I feel like that's in the same kind of realm.
Could be.
Oh, was that grass that you were just doing under his nose? Or by his nose?
Yeah, and then I took it off because it looked weird.
I thought you were drawing a mustache.
No. Why would I do that? I don't draw mustaches.
Why do I never bring my phone in here? Because I could...
I don't know. Maybe you're afraid to drop it down that
look this up.
height of the window.
I'm feeling really guilty because I'm reading Augustine's Confessions.
Yeah.
And he's talking about all the vanities and how he used to love watching the plays and things like that for entertainment. And how he would take pleasure in others' sorrows that you would never take pleasure in any other time. Like there's something about the presentation of a play that can stir emotions in you that maybe you shouldn't have. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I'm laughing at things like
It's interesting.
Surf Ninjas or...
Oh yeah, but that's made to be funny.
No, I know it's made to be funny, but these things are made to be sad, or they were made to bring about certain emotions. And I don't know, it doesn't mean that you have to be emotionless, but he's just a little convicting in his... So because he knows what that did to him, of all the things he could have been having, he could have been thinking Christ. He could have been, desiring the things of God this whole time that he was denying Christ and thieving and doing whatever. It's just kind of that. I feel like in his later years, I don't know when he wrote it, in his age he was or whatever. Like it feels to me reflections of an old man looking back, being like, "Why did I even waste time on that when Christ is all and in all and whatever?" And I don't know. I just took away all the funny.
Thanks a lot, Steph.
And all the fun. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
It's just convicting. So how do you balance that then? Oh, well, I can no longer watch TV. Or I can no longer enjoy this or that or whatever. Like,
Some people would do that.
then am I justifying?
Justifying what?
My desire to watch TV, or my enjoyment of watching people get hurt on America's Funniest Videos?
No. I don't think so. I think Augustine writing that, I think he was probably trying to figure out his he was probably trying to figure out his motives for watching things too, and just swinging the pendulum a little too far, in my opinion.
Your opinion against honesty?
Yeah.
It's okay, I'm glad to hear it. And I don't know that it was necessarily too far, it was just his life. I mean,
Right. And it depends on your context too. Some people associate...
Well, your context and I'm sure your convictions.
Yeah. Some people associate all those things with their previous lifestyle before Christ. And so to go back into those things is like going back into their old lifestyle and to their old sins. Oh, I have to put my kids to bed. BRB, if you don't leave me. If you do, have a good night. BRB, if you don't leave me. If you do, have a good night. I always read
commas over here.
I always read things with the wrong influx, emphasis.
Well, so you would have a period after bed.
Yeah.
And then
I go up as if in my voice fluctuation. I also mumble a lot. It's hard for me to enunciate things.
Me.
You? Eh?
Do you think that's upbringing?
What?
Or like
enunciate?
Yeah, because I think in any language, no matter kind of your
I think it's a matter of and how my vocal cords are.
It's not a...
It's just my voice, I think.
Issue. To enunciate and to use your tongue to say your T's? Yeah,
because my tongue gets in the way of talking. I also drool a lot, too.
That is true.
I got a lot of problems.
Well, yeah. Don't we all?
That reminded me of The Price is Right.
I'm not tracking with you.
Oh man, who else grew up being homesick and watching The Price is Right? The bowl of chicken noodle soup. From the old dead guys. Who would you pick to be Family Feud team? And go.
Spurgeon.
Family Feud. From the old dead guys. That's a good question. Who would you pick to be on your Family Feud team from the old dead guys? Spurgeon, you say?
Yeah, I'd probably say Watson too.
Watson.
He kept a lot of notes.
Ooh.
Oh, wait, no.
Luther.
Oh,
Luther.
How many can we
Definitely have? Luther. How many do they usually have on a team? Like 5?
Yeah, I think it's 5.
Luther.
Because I always remember thinking my family would be just perfect for Family Feud because we had 5.
Luther and Zwingli. Those two didn't get along.
Oh, they didn't get along?
No, that would
So
be.
you're talking opposite teams.
No, I'm talking about same team because it would make it more interesting.
You're talking the feud part.
Luther, Zwingli, Spurgeon, because Zwingli would have like executed all the Baptists or something. Let's see.
You're really taking this seriously.
Luther, Zwingli, Spurgeon, Bunyan. He was eccentric.
Huh.
No. So I'm putting together a team that could make a really good sitcom.
Yeah.
And Katharina von Bora.
And okay.
That's my pick. What's yours?
Now I want to see a picture of this.
Family Feud.
You haven't been doing your 30-minute thing.
Oh yeah.
Because you're not doing like the RefToons.
Right.
Yeah. Do you have nail clippers in here?
No. Those are upstairs in the bathroom.
Where they're supposed to be.
That's right. And this should be kind of split. Dark. Put a bunch of X's there. That's comic book speak for make that all black.
I like that. A written language.
Yes.
A drawn language.
A drawn language. Drawn to it. There might be a delay on the video here. I'm not sure.
Do you know how big that would be?
No.
Or how to find out?
Well,
if I had my phone.
I was watching it the other day and it looked like, as I was live, it looked like there was about a 30-second delay. It's huge.
Okay, so Dead Guys for young readers. Any books that wouldn't be so overwhelming? I would never have my children at this point, who are only ages 7 to 13, wouldn't have them be reading Jeremiah Burroughs necessarily. Not that they couldn't, But if I were to require some reading, Thoughts for Young Men by J.C. Ryle would be an absolute must.
Yes, Thoughts for Young Men is one that those ages could grasp some of the main concepts in and grow in their understanding of as they get older and continue to read it as they're older, I would say.
Now, how would you... probably a Mortification of Sin might be one if you had a modern English.
Yeah, I would do the modern English one.
Do we have... I read that one, and it was kind of hard.
We don't have it in modern English.
It's not...
But you can get it for free on monergism.com.
Not modern English.
Yeah, modern English.
Oh.
They have a modern English version that they did.
Okay, well, then...
For free.
Might have to look at it. What else? Has there been anything that would be... I mean, we started reading the Confessions to the kids, but it was only like the first 2 chapters or books or whatever they call them.
Right.
And that didn't last very long. It got kind of difficult to pay attention to.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them.
Oh, yeah, I didn't get it on camera.
You did?
I didn't get that on camera.
Oh, no.
Falling and scaring me.
Again, second day in a row?
Second time. I must not have connected it properly.
You've got a stain on this side now.
What?
Just kidding.
Welcome back, Lorna.
That looks like her whole name. Lorna Lee O'Brien back. The way that it reads from, way back. Well, isn't that funny? On her name, it puts her name down on the next line on the other ones.
On what?
I don't really like your program.
No, I don't either. This is a plugin for this that
Well, it's probably helpful.
I just downloaded a different program that I'm gonna look at and see if it seems like it's a little better. This is open source, so it means
people can change it anytime.
People can change it, upload their or they can upload different plugins and things for it that they create and whatnot. So this is one from someone who just created a plugin for this specific type of thing.
Well, it works, so I guess I should.
I like what it looks like on there, but just over here, you just can't see it. They don't see it. What?
I must be content.
You must be content.
Tell me, why the open heart?
What might mere humans do who are full of rottenness and corruption when even cherubim must cover their faces in great fear and reverence? And it's supposed to be like a rotten heart, and it's gonna be like stinky flies flying out. It's gonna be green.
Well, I bet you Bailey could draw you a pretty nice
dripping
nasty heart. She's really good at gross drawings.
Yeah, she gets it from her dad.
I think so.
That's all I ever used to draw were gross drawings.
Is it
such a late 80s, early 90s kid?
Yeah.
Did you ever like the Garbage Pail Kids?
No, never. I don't think I'd ever heard of them until I met you. I still don't know what they are. I don't think.
Yeah. It was like the Cabbage Patch Kids, except they came in a garbage. And they were all rotten and stuff.
To have God described that way, like to be reminded, well, we would be so overwhelmed by God's holiness and majesty that we would fall down before him as if dead. Like,
you were reading that one.
Or yeah, like, well, just in
Yeah.
it's just
We would be so overwhelmed by God's holiness and majesty that we'd fall down before him dead. We would not even be able to lift our heads in God's presence. Isaiah declares that even the moon will be dismayed and the sun ashamed when Lord Almighty reigns with great glory. I wonder if that needs to have a the there. You're going to have to check the script.
Yeah, but Paul, when you read something like that, it makes me feel like I should never turn on the TV again.
Well, there are better things to do.
I know there are.
But what?
What are better things compared to that of God's holiness and majesty?
I like the idea of using a Sunday afternoon to read through Calvin's Institutes. I could, Steph. I could just sit down and just read.
With everybody?
All day long. No.
Why would you do this?
Why would I read with everybody?
Just kidding.
Just kidding.
I want the... Okay, so is it bad that I would want the kids...
We should have a reading day where we just sit down and read.
I think that's called homeschooling. And we do that every day.
I'm only saying that as an excuse for me not to work, and so I can just read all day.
So you want my job?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll draw for you a little.
Except I want to read the things I want to read.
You don't want to read
so
Confessions?
selfish, Steph. I need
Confessions?
to kill that selfishness.
Wait, what do you want to read? You just said you wanted to read Calvin's Institutes.
I want to read Calvin's Institutes.
Well, that's so selfish.
And I want to read
Lord
the
of the Rings.
Silmarillion.
Oh,
I haven't read it since high school.
that's been a long time.
Yeah, 20 years.
Ugh.
Poof. What?
You didn't have to count them.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. There's a video on my
Oh, I
page
just
of
saw that.
someone drawing and explaining the dark forces of this world. You should check it out.
I should. I can't check it out right now, though. Who's it by? I'll look him up later.
Full of Ice? Do they do that kind of?
Well, yeah, he does explanations of things sometimes. That's fine. You can probably send it to the RefToons. Just message it to RefToons. That'd be fine. It got quiet in here. All quiet on the Western Front.
Oh,
What?
that was terrible.
I've never seen it.
Oh my
I only
word.
know the name, and I use the name just as like an expression.
I think I saw that movie too young. I don't know, was it a book too? Maybe it was something we had to read and then watch.
Is that about World War or II?
No, they were in the trenches and stuff for so long.
World War One, probably.
Okay. And at the very... Oh, no, I probably should say the very end.
Oh, still. You have nightmares.
I mean, I might give other people nightmares. No, but like, you go through so long with this war and then you don't see anything. And I really don't remember anything except in the very end, he stands up because he saw a bird.
Oh, yeah. You told me about that.
or something. Yes, it left an impression.
Oh, I just drew his finger. It looks like he has a long fingernail. Kind of like another movie we watched that we shall not say the name of.
Oh.
Otherwise, we'll
cry
get banned from YouTube.
And depressed. Wait. Can you whisper it? No, I don't know. I guess I don't lean closer to the microphone so you can whisper.
I don't know. It just happened suddenly, though.
I don't remember.
Suddenly?
Oh, yeah, I don't remember. Oh,
suddenly.
Recently. I thought you were talking about the old black and white one.
Suddenly with Frank Sinatra, you know.
Oh, yeah, no, that was scary. How do you tell?
Oh, that's a good question. How do you tell John Calvin and John Knox apart in your drawings?
That is a very good question.
Time for a lesson.
They're necklaces.
Here is...
Oh, no, do they both have their necklace things? They both have circles for hands.
Here's John Calvin, and here's John Knox. John Calvin has a pointy beard. John Knox has a wavy beard. John Calvin's nose is pointy. And so is his mustache. Oh. John Knox's nose is usually bent like that, crooked, and his mustache is kind of wavy, just like his beard. That's how I distinguish the two of them. So if you see the pointy beard, it's Calvin. If you see the wavy beard, it's John Knox. They both have the silly hat. But Calvin has the fur coat.
Who had the cat around their neck?
Calvin. In the Post-Tenebras Lux.
Oh.
And
so you haven't done that for any of the other ones lately?
No.
Did Knox get a furry thing?
No, Knox did not. Knox usually just has
a kilt.
I should just give him a kilt. Usually just has like a teacher's robe on. So that is how I tell them apart. So now you can look back and now you can look at the John's, the coffee one, where everybody asks me, who's who? And you can distinguish John Knox from John Calvin. Oops. There we go. That's what I was looking for.
I have a book that might be able to help you with this.
Oh, yeah?
Your handwriting. It's called Handwriting Without Tears.
I do all my handwriting without tears. I'm pretty good at it.
That's good. So how do you get other people?
I'm pretty good at being contented with the way I write.
Ooh. It just takes me a minute to figure out if your L's are U's.
Well.
Or if your R's are S's. It's okay. I don't need to know.
Usually when I'm writing something for someone else, I make it a little clearer. If I'm writing a note to myself, it doesn't matter because I'll never read it anyways. Oh, thanks for that link. I'll have to check that out. All right. What time is it? Oh, it's 10:30. I should wrap this up. Gonna be at church early tomorrow to do sound and slides. I have to input all of the stuff into the slides. I should bring a sign-up sheet too. I should make up a sign-up sheet for helping with the sound.
I printed off directory things so people can fill in their information.
Oh, okay.
It's in my purse. So if you want me to do something, just let me know. I'll print it off. Something else. Okay. Are you a gum chewer?
Am I a gum chewer?
Mm-hmm.
No, but I'm a gum chewer.
I don't get it.
It's the name for a detective.
That's true. You are. Wow. Oh, you really are. Paul found his own stolen goods
Yeah.
last December.
Yeah. Not last December.
2 Decembers ago?
December 2001.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, okay. So a year and a couple months ago. Or maybe just a year and 1 month. And you're returning all these stray dogs to their owners?
Yeah. With cheese. Dogs like cheese, I found out.
Well, they're from Wisconsin. Who doesn't?
Right. I don't know.
I think we did decide one time that if you were to ever lose use of your hands, you'd be a detective. That would be your job.
Yeah, we did.
That would be most certainly. And it's probably because you're so very observant.
Yeah.
It's true. So you're going to do the whole thing in Sketch and then do inks, or you're gonna?
Yeah, I'm gonna do inks over top of this.
But no, I mean like the entire story. Is the entire story done?
No.
Or you do a chapter at a time?
Doing a chapter at a time. This is just chapter 1. The whole book's gonna probably be about 180 to 200 pages or so.
So there's going to be a lot of lives.
Where did that go? Oh. How did that happen? What? Everything is going wrong. Boop.
It's because you have your window.
Expected to see a face in the window peeking out at me.
We haven't heard a train.
It's not 11 o'clock yet. All right, I'm gonna close up shop here.
You mean like the windows?
Do you have any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I do have quite a few.
Close the windows.
That's fun.
I'll end with this. Oh, how do I get that off? Clear current overlay. There we go. And we'll go. Did it again. Oh, I'll just stay on this one. All right. Westminster Illustrated Catechism. Go to reftoons.com. Find this in the books section.
And buy it.
And purchase it. This is a first edition. This is the only edition where you'll have the RefToons logo on the corner there, because P&R, I signed a contract with P&R Publishing. They're going to pick this up. They're going to publish it themselves. They're going to turn it from Old English to Modern English and swap out the King James version of the Bible wherever it's quoted in here, and they're going to switch that out with the ESV. And they're going to hope to release it in August of this year. We'll see how that goes, and I'm looking forward to them publishing this and taking it off my hands. But we still have a bunch of copies of this version. So if you would like that version, it is only available in the RefToons shop. Is it available in Canada?
Oh, cool in Canada? It's winter time.
We actually removed international shipping from our website because we were finding out, we found out
just these last couple of
months that people were getting
huge fees.
Yeah.
So
extra, like, what was it, customs fees or something like that?
Whatever it was called.
On top of their shipping. So they would purchase from our website, they'd pay for the shipping, we would ship it, then in order to pick it up, they had to pay like this big fee.
$90-something, sometimes over $100.
Sometimes over $100, depending on how much they ordered and how much it weighed or whatever. And we had no idea that was happening. So we just took off international shipping.
You could. Is there a place to comment? Like, I'd like a signed.
No, if you want a signed edition, and you're in Australia, so that would be difficult. If you're in Australia, there is the Reformers Bookshop does carry RefToons products because they have a freight shipper that ships from the U.S.
Right. Which
I'm able to just send the books to the shipper, and then they take care of it from there. But I don't have that luxury as an independent artist because RefToons is just me and Stephanie. We ship everything out from our home, so we don't have the connections to be able to have really good shipping rates for everything. Thanks, Lorna. We will. I don't know. Maybe we should.
The U.S. If that's.
Yeah, we're in Wisconsin.
I don't know if that was a question.
But maybe we should look into figuring out how to do international shipping without all that stress. But I don't know if it's possible. Or just put something on the website that says if you're ordering international, just know that you may be charged customs.
Like Buku box, yeah.
Because that would be
on the purchaser.
On the purchaser, not we wouldn't be able to pay for all your customs. Otherwise, we'd be basically paying for you to have all of our stuff. And that just wouldn't work out. So that's
if someone wants to private message you, you could probably work something out as long as they know that there could be additional charges that we can't see on our end and we don't know what that would be. Perhaps.
Amazon, no, it's not on Amazon. It costs money for us to put it on Amazon and ship it over to them. We would have to ship it to them because we don't use their print on demand service. I don't like the quality of the books when it's done like that, and
Right.
we've had a lot of problems with their print-on-demand service, so we don't use Amazon.
Well, you say we don't use Amazon, but the one that's published by
Well,
the other one, I think you said they do use Amazon or whatever they
well,
use.
I think so. But yeah.
So there are a couple of things that are published through, like the Pilgrim's Progress.
There are a few items that are print-on-demand books, which are through a different publisher, not us.
In Canada.
In Canada, yeah. But yeah.
That's that.
That's that. So that was a ramble.
That was a very big.
That was a very big ramble.
Yeah.
On shipping.
We only wanted to say goodnight.
Yes.
No.
So that's the situation here. We may put international back up just with a caution to you all.
Once we figure out how to do that.
Yeah. So I just wanted to let you know that now, and I probably should have sent that out in an email saying we stopped international shipping, because I did get some questions about it that I had to respond to. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. This was fun. Had some good discussion. And I guess we'll see you next time. Have a good evening.